Sup guys, dinofries here, and today we're checking out gogomuffin, a mobile game, a cozy game, an idle game. And if you're into MapleStory like I am, this one might interest you actually. And thank you to gogomuffin for sponsoring this video. In all honesty, I don't like cozy games, I don't like mobile games, and I certainly don't like idle games. But I gave gogomuffin a chance and I was surprised. It's pretty fun, and I've been playing more than I thought I would. So essentially, your character is on an endless journey, and I mean that quite literally. Whether you have the game open or not, your character continues to adventure. They go ahead and go through stages, these different levels, and they clear mobs until they kill enough monsters where they reach the boss. And then if you clear the boss at the end, then you get the go ahead to move on to the next stage. And you know, in this basically what you're doing, you know, this is an idle game. You can manually tap your skills. There's three different skills to tap that have a cooldown, and then there's an auto attack that just keeps going. But I kind of just left my game on auto battle pretty much the whole time. I was doing just fine with it and just kind of sat back and watched my little guy go. But there is stuff that you can do besides just watching your character fight stuff, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. So when you start out, you're going to choose one of 5 classes. There's the sword bearer. This is your warrior class. You got melee damage, and you also act as the tank for your party. There's the wayfarer. This is your archer class. We're talking range damage and DPS. There's the scholar. This is your mage class, again, range damage and also DPS. There's the Shadow Lash. This is like your thief rogue class. We got melee damage and DPS. This is the class I chose. And finally, there's the Acolyte. This is like your priest cleric class, range damage, but most importantly, the support role, the healer. So along your journey, you'll pick up experience and different currencies, and then you go ahead and you just progress your character. You just make your character stronger, get bigger and bigger number, brain happy. Am I right? So you upgrade your skills. Like I said before, you have 3 skills that are off cooldown and then 1 auto attack, and then you have 5 passives, and you can mix and match skills. Actually, I went for the shadow damage build. So one of my skills gives me like 2 of me, think shadow partner from MapleStory. Another skill makes me attack faster, and then another skill is like an AoE, like big shuriken blast. And so basically, you know, every 15 seconds my character will just go crazy on the mobs in front of him, or the boss. And so that's how I built my character. I built my character the way I liked it. I could have went a different build, but you can experiment, kind of design your character the way you like to see them, you know, play. And because this is an RPG, you have equipment, you have gear. Of course you do. You got a weapon, you got a hat slot, you got a top slot, you got a bottom slot, you got shoes, you get a ring, you get a necklace, and you get an amulet. And you pick up items as your character goes along their journey, and you know, you equip this gear, and you also enhance it, you advance it. You just, again, you want to make those stats go as high and higher as possible, and you're going to use like materials that your character gets to, you know, again, enhance that gear and just make your character as strong as possible. And you know, because they're going to need it, because you know, stuff actually gets tougher as the game progresses, so you want to keep your character, you know, as strong as possible, using up all that currency and all those materials you get, and making sure you know, your skills and your gear is topped up. And then besides your character and their items, there's also a camp tab. So in the camp, you can do a bunch of different things actually. So one of the things that you can do is you can roll, gacha. You can roll for skills. So like I mentioned before, this is like where you get all these different skills from, and you can also get improved versions of your skills, better rarities. And so you know, you can discover new skills that, you know, maybe you like and you want to maybe equip and get that going, or you can find better versions of your skills that you already are already using. There's also a pet system. Besides your character, you bring along a Melomon. So you get a little pet that goes along with you, and you roll for pets, roll for the pet you want. They have different strengths. So the one I decided to go with is Darknim, and he's this little shadow, Chow looking thing from Sonic. And he improves my shadow damage. And also he's adorable and cool. There's also outfits in the game. You can customize your character to look the way you want. I was able to get a few pieces of cosmetics for my character through the gacha system that was available to me without spending a cent too, and I was able to make my character look the way I wanted to. There's definitely a bunch of different options if you want to go ahead and tailor your character to look the way you want them to look. Anyways, once you've chosen a nice outfit for your character, you got a skill build going for you that works, and your gear is looking nice and upgraded, you're going to take your character and you're going to do some trials or dungeons. You're going to take on bosses. You're going to do content with other players, actually. So you'll get a group going. There's matchmaking, or you can make friends and invite your friends alongside you. And what you're looking at right now is me and a bunch of other people taking on the Obsidian Steel Dragon. Now, I do have auto battle going on still during boss fights. You may actually want to do manual battle when it comes to boss fights to make sure your damage, or if you're tanking or healing, so that you're playing as efficiently as possible. But for the boss fights, you can, at least I found that you can keep auto battle up. But as you see, I am moving my character around. You see a bunch of symbols on the screen that I'm tapping: the moon, the star, and the sun, so I can just get out of the attacks from the Obsidian Seal Dragon. That dragon boss is no joke, actually. It's kind of like a DPS check. It's kind of like a keep your party alive and doing as much damage as possible. And then you compare your party's, the amount of damage it did to the dragon compared to other parties. But actually, I've taken on other trials. Some I got through just fine, but others actually posed a challenge to me where I actually had to, take some time to get my character further upgrades, because I just couldn't do it. I died, my party died, and we couldn't get past it. So you certainly can't just steamroll content. Sometimes you have to grind to be prepared for it, or just, I guess, find better party members. There's also events that happen in gogomuffin periodically. Right now there's a fishing event going on, so you play this little mini game versus 3 other people, and you kind of have to choose the square that you want to grab fish from. But if you and someone else chooses the same square, nobody gets fish. It's kind of fun. It's just little things that you can do that go towards upgrading your character, that isn't necessarily just straight up fighting stuff or doing dungeons and bosses and things like that. There's other stuff to do. There's also this collaboration happening right now with Bugcat Kapoo. You can get Bugcat Kapoo outfits, mounts, and then you can get free rewards just for logging in. You can get a neat little background for your character. You can get stickers, just cute stuff to deck out your character with. Okay, now I only had the chance to play gogomuffin for a couple of days, and my experience has been solid so far. I am still playing. Seriously, I am, but I didn't get far enough to experience everything. So gogomuffin gave me the opportunity to showcase higher level content such as cat buns, and it's just kind of a way for you to upgrade your character further. You can choose different stats, traits to focus on, and then you can kind of get this dessert cat bun thing going on for your character. There's also mounts. There's different kinds, doggies, horsies, birdies, llamas, or what are they called? The alpacas. And so you get mounts for your character. Your character rides on them, and your mount helps you in battle and also gives you stat boosts. There's also class changes in gogomuffin. think job advancements in MapleStory. So there's a second class change and then a third class change. My Shadow Lash, that's my first class, would have became a Dark Blade for the second class, and then a Shadow Enforcer in the third class. Here I am showing off some Shadow Enforcer gameplay. This character is like level 81 or some crazy thing like that. I'm not there yet on my character, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks like you get even more customization options to design your character the way you want. You get more skills to play with. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting here someday. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I'll get there, I guess. Alrighty, that's all I've got for you. If you're interested in gogomuffin, click the link down in the description below. I've also got a few gift codes for you guys to plug in for some goodies. And yeah, thanks again to gogomuffin for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of gogomuffin. And if you do play, please join my guild. I'm all by myself. Thanks for watching. Appreciate ya. See you next time. Peace out.